All right. Woo! Man, what a day. What a day. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Oh, did my screen I just touched my monitor and it tripped out on me. What's up, everybody? How you doing? It is, of course, me, Adam, the Crigler Show. How you guys doing? I am exhausted. It has been a really long day, and I've been having tech issues. I moved location. So I'm actually in a different spot in Sweden. I drove across Sweden today to a new spot, and I didn't have Wi-Fi. I had to figure out my lighting situation. Everything's cool, right? Oh, okay, good. And yeah, so anyway, I made it. I figured it out. Thanks for waiting, tuning in. I got to say, I'm really excited because finally I have the one, the only Savanah Hernandez is back on the show. Savanah, welcome back.
Oh, thanks for having me, Adam. I'm so happy that I'm finally back. I missed the show. I missed the fans. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing?
You know, I bet Jake Dog misses you. He's probably going to super chat sometime soon. You know it's going to happen.
Always happens. He's always on my streams. I love him to death. I'm like my virtual dog. I love it.
Virtual dog. I mean, you know, I thought he was my virtual dog, but anytime you come around, he shows his true loyalty. I see you, Jake Dog.
We see you, Jake Dog.
I seen you. All right. All right. I got to say, I am not prepared for today. Today, I've been packing and moving. I had to basically pack a whole bunch of stuff into the RV because we're packing the RV away. And then we had to I went to an RV place to get it fixed. There was some things with the emergency brake that needed to be fixed. So it's been a crazy day. And then I drove across Sweden to the other side of Sweden. Anyway, it's been a long day, and I know the hearings from, I guess it's basically Nancy Pelosi's witch hunt.
Yeah, the January 6th Commission.
Oh, excuse me. The official name is the January 6th Commission. It's Nancy Pelosi's witch hunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Let's be honest. That she's out for blood. Although she said they're out to get the truth, not Trump. And it's like you're trying to get Trump supporters. You're trying to make sure to just slam that home that they are violent and these crazy people that need to be vilified, and that's what you're trying to do. Admit it, Nancy Pelosi. Thoughts?
Yeah, I was watching some of the videos coming out of these hearings. We had Adam Kinzinger come forward just straight up crying. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. We also had this other Capitol Police officer telling this horrific story about how he was called the N-word. And yeah, I do have a couple of comments on all of that. But before we get to that, Adam, okay, I have to know, how are you in Sweden right now? I've been wanting to travel to Europe, but I'm like, I'm not.
What do you mean?
I'm not doing the vaccine passports. How are you over there? Like, how did you get to Sweden? Please explain.
All I had to do was get a negative test. That's it. That's it. Negative test. So I went and got tested, and I was negative, and that's it. And it has to be within 48 hours of landing. So when I flew here, I had to go to, these places are so hard to find. Trust me, it's insane. You can't go to a hospital, can't go do an urgent care. Most of these people send out their tests, and it takes 2 to 3 business days to even get the test back. So you have to go to a clinic that has all the machine in-house to both swab you and check you, and then run it through the machine, whatever they do, to then get it back. I mean, I've gotten so many strikes for talking about this stuff. So I have so much. I have so much to say. I have so much to say, but I can't because I don't want to lose my channel. You know what? I'm going to do a full freak out on my locals channel. And I'm moving into my new house this weekend. I'm so hyped to be finally getting to my new house. So that's why I've been scrambling today, because I gotta, we gotta put the RV in storage, because we stay in the RV when we're in Sweden. So, it's kind of like this thing. But it's just a negative test. I mean, France is going nuts right now. I don't know. The mainstream media is for some reason not showing that everybody is like in the streets protesting this whole vaccine passport thing. It's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
great to see. I can't tell you how many times I've watched the
Yep.
one clip of them just storming the town hall, grabbing Macron's portrait and ripping it up, and everybody cheering. I can't stop watching that clip. The people in France are going hard, so shout out
Wait,
to
I
the
haven't
French.
seen that. I haven't seen
Okay,
that clip.
it's on my Instagram, that sat with one N. You have to
Is
go
it?
watch it because it
Hold
is
on.
like the best clip that I've ever seen, and I watched it like 15 times. Then I also did a compilation as well too, because over this past weekend, it wasn't just France. You also had like Italy, England, Australia, even here in the US. We had all of those really big protests, and so it's really nice to see all of the energy of people worldwide pushing back and just being like, nah fam, we're not doing this again, we're good, give us our rights back. So loving the energy that I'm seeing.
Hold on, I'm about to share the screen. I want everyone watch it with us. This is it right here.
If you can play the
Whoa,
sound, you
that's
have to.
okay. That's loud. Sorry. Dang.
They're pissed.
Yo, Ireland's freaking out. They're going nuts.
I didn't even hear about Ireland.
Yo, people in my chat are like, yo, over here in Ireland, we're freaking out too because they're much.
Let's go.
I mean, let's go freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Yeah, dude. Oh, the things that I want to say right now. Let me just say. You know what? I'm gonna snap anyway because we're gonna be talking about the January 6th commission, this witch hunt that she's putting on. You were there too, weren't you?
Adam, I was literally up there where they were taking police hostage, and I watched all of those events unfold with my own two eyes. I was getting tear gas. You know what?
This is awesome. This is awesome because you have a different perspective. I was also there, so we've got like two people right here. Me and Sav were actually there. Yeah. We were both there in DC on January 6th, experiencing this firsthand. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that. All right, and then we're going to also talk about Simone Biles, the gymnast, the Olympic winning, gold winning. She's amazing, right? But I don't know what's happening. She's in the news. People are freaking out at her. God, I've barely been on the internet today, so I really have been out of it. So
probably more of a blessing than anything.
Maybe because it feels like people are just flaming over this whole January 6th commission and then angry at Simone, but I don't even know what's going on. So maybe let's just wait for that. But seriously though, some places in Europe you're not allowed to go still. You weren't allowed to actually travel into Sweden until June 30th. I happened to fly beforehand because I'm married to a Swede. So because I'm married to a Swede, I'm allowed to come in anyway based on the rules here. I got to be honest, Sweden is based. I haven't seen a mask since I got here.
That's what I was hearing. That they're maskless over there, and it's a good time.
It's so nice. I mean, there's some old folks, and guess what they do? They don't go out because they're the ones who are, or they're vaccinated. It was like, oh, good. Like her parents are vaccinated. It's like, all right, cool. That's fine. Nice. So we're going out and about, like whatever. I was negative. I proved it to get into the country. So I'm like, I'm good. I quarantined in this RV for a week when I got here. I was good. Nothing happened. So, I'm good. Sorry for that mic pop if it got you. But anyway, you know what? Let's get into it. Let's dig. Let's dig. All right. My gosh, these generals. All right. They're freaking. All right. So I got to just start. The January 6th commission, Nancy Pelosi basically handpicked the people that she wants to be on it.
Yep.
The Republicans, I got to do it in air quotes because these guys aren't Republicans. They're puppets. Nancy Pelosi's got her hand all the way up their butts right now talking. What was he crying? Did you say? I missed this part. Kinzinger.
Kinzinger was straight up crying, and he goes to the Capitol.
Why?
He's talking to Capitol police officers. I have the CNN article here, and I'll read it to you really quickly. And it says,
"Hold on, share it.
GOP law." Can I actually share my screen?
Yeah. I think you can, right?
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can do this. 5
seconds
seconds here.
Let's see it.
Let's see if we can do this. All right.
Yeah, let's see this article.
So,
there it is. I think I got to bring it in. There
So
we
it
go.
says, you guys won. GOP lawmaker tearfully addresses Capitol officers, and he was paying an emotional tribute to Capitol police officers who protected the building and those inside during the violent January 6th riot. And if you actually watch
They
this
let him
video,
through.
oh gosh, Adam. Okay, first things first, this is a grown ass man. I was physically there getting tear gas. There was a good 20 minutes where I had to sit down outside because I couldn't breathe and I had to tell myself not to have a panic attack because I felt like I was going to die and I was freaking out. And then I was like, I'm good, I'm fine. And then I watched a Capitol police officer get taken hostage, if you will, because there was a big mob outside trying to break into the Capitol. What they ended up trying to do was pull police officers out of the line. But what happened to that police officer was, as he was getting mobbed, big Trump supporting men said, get away from him. They surrounded him and they escorted him through this huge mob to make sure that he was safe. I watched this with my eyes. And so the fact that, again, Adam Kinzinger is crying right now and that you had Capitol police officers straight up crying, I'm like, bro, I was over the Capitol the next day. So the fact that we have grown men in America who are up in front of our entire nation crying is pathetic, bro. Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, this is what really pisses me off. Okay, I was there listening to Trump speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Trump finished speaking, okay, I got a text message. I checked my Twitter, and I saw they're inside the Capitol, literally before he finished speaking.
Yes.
Okay.
Very important point.
Yeah, before he finished, I gotta say, nobody had left. I was standing there. Trump was speaking. It was potentially the last time he ever spoke as president of the United States. Those people that were there loved Trump. They were there to listen to Trump speak, right? Mm-hmm. They weren't leaving to go to the Capitol until he finished. And guess what? He finished, and then they started slowly migrating over to the Capitol, in which case I went with them. I traveled along and got to the Capitol, and I was like, wow, I actually have pictures of the moment when I got to the Capitol. And guess what I saw? A bunch of people standing around.
See, Adam, and this is an interesting thing too, because I was actually there before Trump finished speaking. And me and Elijah decided to walk down. We were like, hey, let's go ahead and get ahead of the crowd. And because we made that decision, we actually were there right when they broke through that first initial barrier.
Yeah.
And initially, but what I wanted to point out too is that there was 100% Antifa members there. I saw them with my own two eyes. They were breaking windows. We have that CNN, contributor Jaden X, who was paid tens of thousands of dollars for his footage, was wearing a MAGA hat, trying to pose as a Trump supporter. So there was 100% Antifa members there. Two, I watched this happen, and like you said, Trump wasn't even finished speaking and people were already there. And then three, it wasn't like, a giant mob of people just came and like violently were storming everything automatically. Like you said, you walked up and people were standing there for the most part. And it wasn't like a 5-minute, like the Capitol police were so afraid they couldn't do anything. There were standoffs with the police. People, there were some choice words being said. Some people were saying, thank you for what you do, officers, but we're here to stand up for, our voices today. And my one friend literally got the footage of the Capitol police officers letting people in. They opened the doors and they said, hey, just don't break anything.
Yep.
Where's that footage? Is that being played in the January 6th commission?
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, of course not. Because Nancy Pelosi's whole mission here is to vilify you, me, anyone who showed up there to vote for Trump, literally everybody, because that's what they need. They need to stoke the fear. They need to stoke the division. They need to make sure that people need them. It makes me think of V for Vendetta, where they're like, we need to remind them why they need us. You know who I'm talking about?
Exactly
Chancellor.
What it is.
That's who Nancy Pelosi is.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie, but you reference it all the time.
What?
I still need to watch it. I know. I need to watch it because everyone references it, and I'm like, it seems very applicable.
I'm almost jealous right now because of the state of the world right now. You're gonna watch V for Vendetta, and you're gonna flip out. Oh man, I want to have like a viewing party with you to hear your reactions.
Let's just do it. We'll just live stream and I'll watch the movie and be like, why is this just essentially NBC News that I'm watching right now?
Right? I mean, we are so close to black bags. I mean, in the movie, no, I'm not spoiling anything. And this happens in the very beginning. Where they black bag people, throw a bag over your face, throw you in a van, and you disappear. It's like that's
Adam,
what
okay.
they're doing that with the people that went inside the Capitol, which you said there's footage of the Capitol Police letting them in.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And they're being detained against their will. They're American citizens. No representation. What is this?
And that's been my biggest beef with the media lately too, because you have people like Sean Hannity, focused in on Cuba. Marco Rubio is really talking about it right now. People, Matt Gaetz specifically, pushing for the Free Britney thing that's going on. And it's like all of these things are important, but at the same time, we literally have political prisoners that are being held in jail with no trial date in sight. They're singing the national anthem every night at I think 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. just to keep their spirits up. Yeah, just to keep their spirits up. And none of our politicians want to be fighting for them. Y'all want to talk about freeing Britney Spears and what's going on in Cuba? I've just, again, adopted a very America First mentality because I personally know people who have had their doors broken down by the FBI and have been arrested solely for being at the Capitol. And it really frustrates me that our media and our politicians who are supposed to be fighting for the American people are more focused on other countries or just smaller issues in our country right now.
You're absolutely right. I don't blame you at all. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
But man, someone said you're spreading fake news. What have I said that's fake news? This person clearly is clueless because nothing that we've said so far is wrong. All right. We've witnessed it.
Yeah. I love when people are like, oh, you're fake news. And I'm like, okay, well, I was there with my own two eyes witnessing
We were
this.
there.
So you read a news article and you weren't there and I was there, but I'm fake news because I'm telling you my eyewitness account. Got it.
Right. Exactly. It's like we are literally talking about things that we witnessed ourselves. They talked about the freaking Brian Sicknick lie. They were claiming that he was beaten with a fire extinguisher. Okay, which they then retracted and said actually there's no proof of that he was in any altercations and he died of a stroke. And it's like, okay, so did he died of a stroke? So how does that have anything to do with what happened in the Capitol? He wasn't attacked. They're saying that it was a direct attempt.
Yeah, and not only that, but I keep on hearing this reiteration that it was several Capitol police officers who died that day. And a lot,
really?
Many Americans think that it is several Capitol police officers that died that day, but it was none. The only people that died that day were Trump supporters.
Yep, exactly. 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and only one was murdered. Yeah, straight murdered. The other 3 died of, I think someone had a heart attack. Someone had, actually there was 2 heart attacks. I don't remember exactly what their cause of death was, but they weren't like killed, like murdered, like Ashley Babbitt was straight up shot in the neck and got killed. But I can tell you who wasn't murdered though. Officer Sicknick.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
But that's what they're pushing though. They're trying to put it on Trump supporters that they killed a Capitol police officer. No.
Adam, did you also see that this came out today too? Did you see the latest Project Veritas drop with AOC?
With CNN?
Yeah.
I heard they were gonna. Oh, tell me, what is this? I missed this.
So
fill me in.
She equated what happened on January 6th to sexual assault. She said that she was afraid that she was going to get raped. And keep in mind that the people that were banging on the door saying, where is she? Were Capitol police officers going to rescue her. And she was nowhere in the building where the siege was actually taking place. And so Project Veritas leaked this CNN interview where she said, I thought I was going to be raped. Another exaggeration of her story that day. Absolutely disgusting. But again, those are our politicians. Those are the people who are ruling over us right now.
She was, all right, for those who don't know, here's the Capitol building, right? We'll say, here it is right here. Here's the Capitol building. AOC was in this building over here, like 3 blocks away.
So far away, she probably couldn't even hear what was going on.
She was 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
Sure, they're connected through underground tunnels, but I'll tell you what. They weren't letting people into underground tunnels. They were letting people into the Capitol building. You know what? For a photo op. That's really what I saw. You saw all the different professional photographers that were in there. I mean, you were there that day. I know that you were paying attention to all the different photos that were coming out. People were like, "What's up with these professional videographers, photographers that were in there taking pictures with like serious cameras? Like,
Adam,
how are they getting these shots?"
So, in regards to that, I know a lot of the White House reporters were in there, like some of the AP reporters. So they're like, well, we were already in there. That's where those shots were coming from. But then Vice came out with this piece, and I'm sure you saw this, where it was like the reporters of January 6th still dealing with their stress and PTSD. And I read that piece, and I was like, you people are so pathetic. I'm a tiny brown Asian woman, and I got over that in a day. I was like, wow, that really sucked. I was okay the next day. And you have grown men in this country, grown reporters who are like, I'm just still suffering with the PTSD because I saw someone in a shaman, headdress, and they looked kind of scary. There was a lot of red. I was
Savanah. That's because you're a boss, and these people are just filled with something called entitlement. They think that the world revolves around them. Case in point, AOC. First it was, I thought I was going to die. Well, that didn't garner enough attention because people called her out for actually being in another building. What did she do? She waited a couple months, and now that the whole January 6th is back up in the spotlight, guess what she does? Miss Grifter of the Year, I think she should be. Oh no, I think I was going to be raped. Okay, so you thought you were going to get killed and raped? I mean, both. Obviously terrible if that was really going to happen, but yeah. AOC, come on, you were in another building, not even close. It was the Capitol Police trying to make sure you were safe, right?
Oh my gosh, this woman's so dramatic. I swear.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on. And what makes it even worse is that all happened before the people started pounding on the doors because of the pipe bombs that they can't find out who put them in the different places, right? They weren't ever used because the crowd ended up moving to the Capitol, so they had their agent provocateurs work perfectly, right? But they were all evacuated because of the pipe bombs before anyone started breaching into the Capitals anyway. So AOC started whipping this whole narrative up because it fit her whole grift perfectly. It's disgusting.
And then luckily for AOC too, she had the entire media and various politicians coming forward and saying, this is the worst thing we've seen since 9/11, since the Civil War. And my favorite counterpoint to that is you all literally went back into the Capitol building the same day. If this was as bad as 9/11, you would not have been able to do that. So please just stop.
It's insulting. It's insulting to the people who died that day. Whatever caused it, I don't care what conspiracy theory it is. 2 planes crashed into that building and a bunch of people then died. It is a crazy tragedy that actually happened. Thousands of people died that day. And thousands of people got sick, and first responders fought for so long to get treatment for all the ailments that they were dealing with because they were out there breathing in that disgusting dust. And I mean, there's so much involved there.
People still have health problems because of that dust to this day. And you want to equate what happened for 3 hours at the Capitol to 9/11?
Shame on you. Every single one of you. Shame. Shame. Gavin Newsom came out and said his recall effort is akin to the January 6th assault on democracy. He had the gall to say that.
Every single time I see Gavin Newsom, I'm just like, and I just turn off my computer. I'm like, nope. Scroll. I'm not even gonna listen to it. Yeah. Literally American Psycho. Like oh gosh, Gavin Newsom is so crazy and evil. Like truly an evil person.
Yep. I mean, he is what is that? American Psycho. I mean, he is Christian Bale in American Psycho. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's got that same energy.
Somehow. Crazier.
You know what? I just gotta show everybody. This is from Jack Posobiec. The only one Capitol police officer has been murdered in the past 20 years. His name was Billy Evans. He was killed in the 4/2 extremist attack on the U.S. Capitol by a Nation of Islam follower. This is not getting any news. The dude got run over. Someone rammed into this man as he was standing defending the Capitol. Like, I don't care if you agree that they were there or not. He got run over.
Well, of course, it's because the perpetrator wasn't white. I'm just going to go ahead and come out and say that straight out. We've clearly seen, too, going back to Project Veritas, CNN literally will not run stories when it's a
Yep.
black shooter, but they will highlight it until they're blue in the face when it's a white shooter. So they do this time and time again. And Posobiec also added, too, I don't know if it's in that same thread, but there were 2 other police officers that were killed, too, or were hurt. And I think they were
in
hurt
98.
I think so, yes.
Yeah,
But
he says it here, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really great thread to reference because
prior to 4/2, the last time Capitol police officers were murdered was in 1998 when a deranged gunman broke into the Capitol. And let's see what happens here.
And on this subject too, the Capitol building has been insurrected many a time, but because it wasn't white people who did it, because it was feminists or the Black Panthers, apparently that's okay. That doesn't matter.
Yep. Or, I don't know, looking back at the past year, you got banned from Twitter for just showing videos of the countless riots and burning down our country and demanding period from Antifa, demanding everything, and BLM demanding everything and burning their own communities down. How is that not insurrection? But this is.
Adam, I'm gonna
seriously.
This is gonna make you even more mad than you already are right now. So going back to Adam Kinzinger, he was saying today, the difference between what happened on the 6th and the BLM and Antifa riots is that there's a difference between crime and there's a difference between subverting the rule of law.
Oh, shut up.
I was like, but I'm just so angry at him. The amount of people, the amount of small business owners that I've seen cry, that I've seen lives destroyed, the amount of grandmas and grandpas and children who I've seen terrorized in the streets because they had the audacity to wave the American flag on America's streets. Black Lives Matter and Antifa terrorized people for a year. They destroyed people's businesses. They went and looted and rioted. I literally watched them take dollies and pull out washers and dryers from freaking Lowe's, bro, in the middle of the night. So but somehow January 6th was worse than all of that.
These people are deranged. I'm looking at you, Nancy Pelosi. And you know what? You too, Kinzinger, you rhino. In fact, I'm almost bummed about the whole rhino name because rhinos are awesome. Rhinos are incredible animals. So to name them rhinos is an insult to rhinoceros out there. But Republican in name only, I get it. That's what it is. But that's what they are. And that's why Nancy Pelosi was like, oh, great. We got the puppet. We don't have the actual senators that were real Republicans going, we want on that panel so we can check you when you try to make this a biased attack on basically Republicans and Trump supporters.
Was supposed to be a part of this commission, and Nancy Pelosi was like, nope, sorry, absolutely not. And then you know who is on there? Kinzinger and then Liz Cheney. Good old Liz.
Oh, cool. Yeah, total Republicans, right? I mean,
gosh.
Goodness sakes.
Where's
it's
our
embarrassing.
Going?
I don't know. And they're
Adam, you're like, that's why I'm in Sweden.
Well, I mean, I'm here now, but I feel like maybe I should stay.
For real, yeah.
Dude, it's just I get so frustrated at the gaslighting and like disgusting bait and switch. You know what? Hold on. Let me show this tweet that I found this picture going around. And this just sums up the media. I mean, this is have you seen this picture?
Oh yeah. I've seen it.
Let me so I can zoom in on this thing. Hold on. All right. So check us out. The effects of Black Lives Matter protests on coronavirus cases explained. And then in the inverse, the attack on the Capitol may have also been a super spreader event. Here we go from the Washington Post. Protests probably didn't lead to coronavirus spikes, but it's hard to know for sure. And then the next one from Washington Post. Storming of Capitol was textbook potential for coronavirus super spreader, experts say. I mean, there is so many examples of this.
Adam, did you see the CNN headline that read that reparations could have stopped the spread of COVID-19?
Bull. No,
It is an
I
actual
almost swore.
CNN
I
headline.
don't try not to swear on my show.
I'm gonna see if I can
I
find it
almost just slipped one past. Oh my god, really?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see if I could find it.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Black Lives Matter protests have not led to a spike of coronavirus cases, research says.
Okay,
Research says
look at my
38
CNN
Capitol
history.
police officers test positive for COVID-19 after Capitol riot. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. What do we got here?
Reparations for slavery could have reduced COVID-19 transmission and deaths in the U.S., Harvard study says.
How?
Ah!
How? What? The brains of these people,
The New York Times also came out.
lack
Yeah,
of brains.
yeah, the New York Times also came out and said that jogging is now racist and has always excluded Black people. So, that's the absolute state of America.
They said
right
that
now.
about nature, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything's just racist. Like snow, it's racist. The air,
You know what?
it's racist. The air actually is racist.
I have this tweet pinned on my I have it up here. Look at this. This is my pinned tweet. I've had it up for a while. I did it on June 20th, and I just had it up ever since because I feel like it's so perfect. The more I learn, the more I realize people are sheep. But that's not enough. Okay? That's not enough. That's true, but there's something missing. Not only are they sheep, they have the memory of goldfish. Okay? For these people to read the news as they do, to be, oh, the protests don't cause any sort of super spreader events, which thousands upon thousands of people march together, right? But then, thousands of people march together for a different cause, and suddenly it's a super spreader event. But these people believe what they're given. They're being shoveled poop right into their mouths, and they're going, this tastes delicious, and it backs up my worldview, so I'm right. That's what it feels like. These people are sheep with the memory of goldfish, and it is so sad to see the state of humanity and how easily manipulated these people are. I mean, I don't want to say I was one of them because I just didn't choose to pay attention. I was too busy skating and bleeding from downhill skateboarding or falling in the streets and just like living my life, not really giving to anything about the political realm, about the state of humanity as a whole. And then I opened my eyes, and then I was like, what is this? Where are we? How did we get here? How is this the situation we're in? This is not what I grew up. This is not the world I grew up in. People who were old enough to live in the 90s know that it wasn't like this. Race relations, we didn't even talk about race. Race wasn't a thing we spoke about because it isn't. It wasn't. If you watch Donald Trump's show, I was talking to a few people about this. Donald Trump's show, right? I'm talking about The Apprentice, okay? If you go back and watch that show, he had all sorts of people on his show. It didn't matter what color you are. It mattered if you were good. That's it. I mean, it was plain to see. You look back in his career. I mean, the first building that he did coming into New York City, right? They didn't even want him. The elites were like, get out. We don't want you. You're new money. We're old money. You don't belong here. It was like, I don't care. F you. I'm doing this. And he brought in a woman to do the job because she was the best at what she did. It's like they call him a sexist. They call him a racist. They call him all these things when if you open your eyes at all and look at the history of what he's done, he's not any of these things. These people are, I mean, I'm going on a rant because these people piss me off. Oh, am I blurry? Come on, unblurry me, camera.
You're getting too woke. You're getting too woke. The camera can't handle it.
Thank
Adam,
you,
going back to your reference to the 90s, I only watch shows from the 90s. I'm watching Doogie Howser right now.
Good shows.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
And the reason I like them is because they teach you life lessons. It's like, hey, if you're a thug, this is what's going to happen, but you can change your life by getting a job, by making the right decisions, blah, blah, blah. And it was very wholesome. It was a great time where there was actually life lessons that were shown and taught in these shows. Whereas nowadays, it's like, oh, I'm black. I get shot by the police. Nothing can happen for me in America. The white man hates me. I'm oppressed. And that's literally every single freaking show. It's the same for Hispanic people too. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Every show.
Every single show. I'm just like, how about we go back to everyone just wanting to learn the same life lessons about being a good person? That'd be super cool.
Exactly. That's what they don't understand. They said, oh, white people can't use black people in GIFs or GIFs, whatever you want to say.
Oh yeah, your emojis can't be black because that's racist.
It's like, but I relate to them. They're a fellow human being that I relate to, and they're emoting exactly what I feel. Like, you're the racist for telling me that I can't relate to them because they're a different skin color. F you.
Yeah.
I'm so close to swearing. Oh, I want to.
Because I haven't seen you this heated before, Adam. Oh,
dude, I'm so fed up with talking about race. Same. I feel like every so often I have to talk about it because they keep shoveling it into people's... Hold on. This is so bonkers. There's I said I poked my head into the internet for just like a little bit today, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things I saw was... I don't even need to get into it. It's white person does this to a black person. And I'm like, why all the colors? The dude was an... Oh, I want to swear. Oh, I don't swear on my show. I'm trying very hard not to. But the person did something terrible to another person. All right? The guy deserves everything he's going to get. I don't care what skin color he was. I don't care what skin color she was. It was a girl and a guy. All right? Not that the gender even matters. It does actually matter. It was a dude doing a terrible thing to a woman. And it's terrible. I don't care. Like, ugh. You don't do that. I don't care what the skin color match was. The only reason they're adding that, just as you said, CNN only reports on specific color combinations to fill the narrative, to make it convince people their worldview is correct, that the world is racist, that they're oppressed because they're person of color, that they need all of this. They literally need every single story they can get, because if they reported on every time any of these stories came out, it would blow the narrative, and they can't have that. Stupid.
100%.
And it pisses me off.
It's exhausting to try to keep up with, and yeah, I've had to take steps back from politics lately just because of the mass amounts of manipulation that we're living through, we're about to go through, or the CDC today is saying, you know, whether or not you're vaccinated, you're still going to have to wear a face mask. And we all called this, we all knew this was happening. But like you were talking about, everyone has the memory of a goldfish, everyone's a sheep. So people are going to willingly accept this again, and we're never going to get out of this. And that's just the state of not only America, but the rest of the world. Luckily, like we saw this past weekend, people are getting angry and they are pushing back, but we should have never initially bent the knee to begin with, because that's how we got here.
True.
And people keep saying, you know, oh, you give them an inch, you take the mile. Well, it's much harder to take back the mile than it would have been to not even give the inch.
Yep, exactly. Whatever happened to America doesn't negotiate with terrorists. That's what it feels like we're doing right now. We're negotiating with our freedoms. Not even just with terrorists. We're basically going, well, our rights are on the line. We had them from the get-go, and now we're going, well, all right, here's a little bit. Can I have my freedom back? We always had our freedom.
People think that compliance equals freedom, when in reality, it's the exact opposite. Compliance equals no freedom. And the more you comply, the less and less freedoms you will have over time, until you wake up one day and you realize, like, wow, I can't leave my house until I scan this app, take a test, and the government tells me I can't. How did I get here?
Step off me. Peace. I'm out. That's not happening.
Ugh, man. What a life.
All right. Let's move on.
Let's stop being angry.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on with Simone. All right, let's talk about the Olympics. You know, let me just say about the Olympics, I don't care. I've never watched the Olympics. I've never really cared about the Olympics. I don't know who is. Actually, when I was younger, I remember my family watching the gymnastics and the ice skating. I never watched it, but it was always on whenever it was I don't know, every 4 years, right? The Olympics, is it right? Every 4 years?
Yeah, every 4 years.
Right. So, I mean, I've seen it. Sometimes the Winter Olympics would happen, and I would see like snowboarding. I wasn't really into snowboarding. I like skateboarding. I've been watching the X Games. I like that. And now that skateboarding's in the Olympics, I don't really even care anymore. Still, it's just like, I mean, but for some reason, people are making a big deal out of the Olympics now. I mean, I feel like no one cares still.
And it's actually something to note about the Olympics this year, specifically because 1, we have transgender athletes in the Olympics this year, and 2, we have our very woke athletes. We have our woke athletes who didn't medal for the first time since, I believe, 1987, and it's probably because they were so focused on wanting to burn the American flag on the podium that they forgot to actually, practice for the sport that would have got them on said podium. And also,
hold on. I don't know if you've seen this, but I have to show this to you because I straight up was dying laughing when I saw this. G Prime, George Alex Paulos.
Oh yeah. Show me. I'm ready.
Okay, so he made a comic strip when Sweden beat the U.S. Soccer team, a women's soccer team, and I legitly laughed out loud for a good minute. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. It was so good. Here it is.
Okay, so we got Regan Rapinoe kneeling.
She's kneeling.
Oh my gosh.
Sweden scores a goal in the background. They're all hyped. And she goes, I deserve more money.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Babylon Bee wrote the best headline after these.
I saw this one. Yeah, go.
They go, U.S. soccer team pledges not to make any more goals until racism is ended. And I was like, I love this so much.
I love the Babylon Bee. I mean, they're so good.
Truly an American treasure.
Let's see if I can find that real quick.
Yeah, please find that. But apparently the Olympics actually did have the lowest rating in over 30 years with U.S. viewership. So no one's watching.
Not surprising.
Here in the U.S. Yeah, the people in the U.S. don't care. I think a lot of people are angry. They're mad. Last Friday, I did a stream on my YouTube, and I was just ranting about how last year I didn't watch baseball for the first time because they were doing the BLM BS, and I didn't want to watch it. And I waited my whole damn life to watch the Dodgers win the World Series. They won the World Series last year, and I am forever pissed off that politics took that away from me because I couldn't enjoy the actual sport because, it was so embedded with politics and COVID nonsense. And oh my gosh, that's why people aren't watching the Olympics now too.
You know what? I'm really lucky. I'm from Chicago, and I know we're talking about baseball for a second. I just got to add, I'm so grateful that I got to watch the Cubs win the World Series before the woke took over. It was glorious. You know what's weird too? I didn't really watch sports at all, but for some reason I started paying attention to the Cubs that year. I started watching, following all their accounts, just like follow them. And then they went all the way and won. And I was like so hyped for them.
Dude, it's my life dream to be in the city of the team that wins the World Series when they win.
I was here. I was here. I was in Sweden.
You were in Sweden when it happened.
I was up at 4 a.m, going woo, jumping around the house. I woke up my wife's parents because we were at their place. Dude, she wasn't even here. She was in another town because I was supposed to go with her. And I'm like, nope, I gotta stay and watch the World Series.
Oh my gosh, dude! Last year when the Dodgers won, I was in Philly watching a giant riot happen. So I'm in the middle of a riot, and people are texting me the Dodgers won the World Series, and I'm like, whoa, let's go. I'm like, wait, let me get this footage. Hang on, glasses breaking all around me. I almost got run over by a car, but we won. Let's go.
People around you are like, let's go. Are we doing this? Let's do this. And then they're throwing Molotovs.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Come on. Wait, what am I doing? Do I get white balance? Come on, white balance. There we go. All right. Wait. All right. So we went way off. Let's talk about what. So wait, I don't know what happened. I hear there's a lot of controversy. I'm seeing people ripping her apart. Simone, I don't know what happened. I know that she's incredible. I've seen clips of her doing some stuff. She did some move that no one's ever done before or something. Last year or something. I don't remember exactly when I saw it, but like she's incredible. And something happened as she stepped down. So tell us the story. You know what happened, I'm assuming, right? Or
Yeah, so
no?
I
Okay.
have this up on the share screen too if you want to put it up. It's
Oh
from the
yeah,
New
let me
York
pop it up.
Times. It says
Okay.
Simone Biles says she wasn't in the right place mentally during the Olympic final, and
Okay.
she has since pulled out of the team event. So she's still going to be competing individually,
Okay.
but she pulled out of competing with her team. People are
Oh
saying it's
wait,
not. Yeah,
hold on. So
yeah.
she's still competing?
People say it's unclear, but she is still set to compete in the individual events. But she decided that because of her mental health, she had to pull out of the group events. And a lot of people are upset right now because they feel like she let her team down. And the point that I want to make too is that she was doing a vault. Because it's in Tokyo, I'm not sure if it was yesterday or like early this morning. She was doing a vault. She ended up not being able to land it. And so a lot of people are speculating that because she failed in that and she got embarrassed, she pulled out and was like, I'm not doing this.
I actually have this here where
Mm-hmm.
she fell down.
Yeah.
She awkwardly landed, gets
And
lost in the air in a video of a vault stumble.
she
All
was
right,
supposed to do, I
I
believe,
saw this. Yeah.
I think she was supposed to do 3 flips in the air. She only ended up doing 1.5 or 2.5. She did 1.5 flips. So people were saying she seemed very lost in the air. You could tell the facial expression immediately as soon as she got up that she was very upset. So then she came forward today and said that because of her mental health, she doesn't want to compete. A lot of people are saying too that, she has been propped up as one of the best in the world. So people are saying, she can't handle the pressure. But
I
on
could
the
see that.
Yeah, and then some are talking too about how she, Larry Nasser, that was a whole entire thing that happened. She survived the sexual abuse of one of her Olympic
Oh, I didn't know about this.
doctors. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The FBI actually covered that up, funny enough, if you want to look that article up,
why?
Lyle Bear.
F that dude, man.
Yeah, so
Oh,
so
that
that's one side of
sucks.
it. That's one side of it. The other side of it is people are saying that this is really emblematic of American athletes and the American spirit nowadays. If you get knocked down, you just quit. If you are having a hard time or if you fail and you get embarrassed, you just quit. So, those are the kind of the two sides of the spectrum. And some people are even saying too, Matt Walsh has been speaking out about this a lot. He was like, you know what? Did Simone Biles say that because of her sexual assault, that is why she was having such a hard time? No, she's just saying that she wasn't in the right mental place. So we can't speculate as to why that is. So again, lots of speculation on what's going on with her. But many people are upset because they feel like she let her team down. And if she does compete in the individual events, it will be very telling to me in regards to this response.
Yeah, true. I mean, everybody wants to know the answers to everything. I mean, I have some stuff that people has been asking me for almost a year of wanting to know what's going on, because the internet is, if you're invested into something and something changes, you want to know everything about it, so it's like she is, as you said, like treated as one of the top gymnasts. And that's how I said I don't even know much about her, and I was like, she's one of the best in gymnastics. Like, that's just what I know of her, and I don't know anything about her really, but I do know that pressure of having eyes on you, of thousands of people like looking at you and scrutinizing your every move. I mean, that alone is exhausting, and being on the world stage, not just, I mean, this is the Olympics, so literally everyone is watching her, and she messes up. It's tough because it feels like both things are true. It does feel like the American spirit is now like, oh, it's hard, I'm gonna quit. Oh, this isn't easy for me. Like that's kind of like this new age American, which is embarrassing, because I was raised in, you put your boots on and you work hard, and if it's hard, you work harder, to finish the job and do the work. That's like old school American mentality, where this new age is the snowplow parents, like, oh, I'm gonna make everything easy for you. I'm gonna make life just, I'm gonna pad all of your whole body so you can't get hurt at all. So when you actually go out into life and something happens that's tough, you give up. and come crying back, and which, it's a cycle. These people don't learn how to have tough skin. So being called by some terrible person, because there's terrible people out there, and there always will be terrible people out there. If you care what they think, that's on you. That's your problem. And but that's part of this issue these snowplow parents create. This new generation of weaklings. All right, they're weak people that can't stand up for themselves, that they need others to validate them because they don't validate themselves. Now, am I talking about Simone? No, because that would be assuming. I mean, it could be true, but it also could be true that she saw someone that made her remind her of her sexual assault with someone who was actually that she was assaulted. I don't even know how old she is. Hold on a minute. Born in 1997. Mm-hmm. She's young.
Yeah. See,
97. She's 24. She's 24 years old.
23, 24.
23, 24.
And
when did this happen?
It happened a couple years back, and it was actually the whole the whole women's Olympics team. They were being allegedly sexually assaulted. It was over 60 women. And like I said, too, going back to the FBI and everything happening in this country, the FBI knew about it and they never did anything about it at all.
Oh, nice job, FBI.
Yeah.
You're really working wonders out there.
Yeah. So in regards to what happened with her today, like I said, I'm of two minds about it. I was telling you this before the show. On the one hand, emblematic of the American spirit. It seems like nowadays we just give up when things get hard. On the other hand, I too have experienced, immense pressure. Adam, I'm sure you have too. We're in front of the camera, and sometimes even just having a show is hard. You don't want to do it. You don't want to get in front of people and have to talk and have to perform. It is a very exhausting thing to do. So I'm of two minds. If she does compete in the individual events, then I will make my decision there. So we'll see what happens in that, because if she does, then I'm going to be like, wow, so you did let your team down when you clearly could have kept going. Yeah,
I agree. I mean, I don't know how much time she might need to I don't know. It's like, even if she does compete, maybe, it's hard to say. Mm-hmm. So you said you're going to wait until that point. If she starts competing, what are you going to think? That she just wasn't a team player and she felt like...
Honestly, I am of the opinion that if you can push through and you can do the event for yourself, then why can't you do the event for your team? And granted, I understand being in a bad mental space, but if she's really in this bad of a mental space, then what's the difference between competing in this event versus competing for herself individually? And also in this event, she has other people depending on her. She has her entire team depending on her. This isn't just about her winning gold. It's about her whole entire team. So for me, like I said, I'll see what comes out. I'll see what she continues to say. I'm not going to make any assumptions as of yet, but that's basically the situation, and I'm of two minds of it still.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some super chats. Savanah, it's great to see you again. Seriously, it's great having you on.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun talking to you, Adam. I haven't actually talked to somebody in so long. I usually just sit and talk in front of my camera for an hour, so it's nice to actually converse with someone about political issues. Very fun.
Yeah, sometimes you'll be live, and I'll see you on Twitch because you dual stream or multi-stream, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll throw in a comment, and you don't see it. You're just you're so I'm talking, and then I finish, and then you're done, and I'm like, oh man, not that I'm sure you get many comments that you would be like, oh, well, Adam's commenting, I'm going to reach out to him. No, I don't want any special attention or anything. It's
I'm
just
always just hyper focused on what I'm talking about.
You're so in the zone. Yeah,
I know. And then I read the super chats at the end, but I've started doing a thing where on Fridays, I think I'm just going to actually talk to my base, because I'm like, how are y'all doing? What's everyone what's going on?
You got to talk to the base, man. The base is where it's at. Yo, shout out to chat. What up, chat?
What's up, chat? How y'all doing?
Yo, chat's the best. Yo, I love chat. All right, let's see. Robert Wiles starting it off says, have a blessed soul, blessed day, and blessed life doing what you love. And thanks for all you do for us, Adam and chat. Thank you, Robert. Mark G says, buy Crigler coffee because unlike NFTs, it's a... Wait, hold on. This is yesterday's episode. Here we go. Sorry. Mark G says, buy Crigler coffee The only coffee guaranteed not to make you woke. But this is how all my super chats start. Look here, Robert Wiles. I might as well have already read it because it's literally verbatim here. Have a blessed soul, blessed day, blessed life, doing what you love. Thanks for all you do for us, Adam and chat. It's literally the same. All right, well, thank you, Robert. DJ Zeno says, hey, Adam, I sent you an email your way with a WAV and MP3 of a demo track I whipped up yesterday. If you get it, I hope you enjoy. Peace and love. Right on. Thank you, DJ. Mazo says, must simp. Because you're back.
No simps allowed.
Not because of me. It's not me. Who am I kidding? Although you're very rude because the M in there means mediocre, and shame on you. This is Savanah Hernandez here. All right. Do you know who this is?
Respect on the name.
Yeah. Mark G says men should only cry when their dog or family die. Respectable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Fair.
Yep.
Okay.
Respectable. Okay. El Diablo Loco Poco says grown men crying over the Doolittle raid, crocodile tears for the cameras. Adam, dude, get some sleep, but have a whiskey first. What, do I look tired? I feel like I've gotten some sun. I know my light
complexion looks great. What are the people talking about?
My lighting's all off, but these lights are they're really close because I'm in an RV, so I don't really have a lot of room. But yeah, I've been out in the sun. I went to the beach a couple days. Been enjoying myself. I'm on vacation. Granted, I'm still working every day, but I'm in a beautiful place. I got to enjoy it.
Definitely.
Super Doobie Comics says January 6th is the Democrats' Reichstag. Pelosi has already set up her own federal police force, just like the Stasi, the official state security service of the German Democratic Republic. I mean, it is frightening what she's doing with the Capitol Police. I mean, what do they need offices across the country for? In California and Florida? Like, what? Why? What's the deal,
Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah. You didn't hear about this?
No, I haven't even heard about that. They're trying. Okay. Because I saw everyone being like, abolish the Capitol Police, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, why is everyone going so hard? I didn't know they were trying to put Capitol Police in specific states.
Yeah, because, I mean, and they're not under constitutional.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is a problem that she's. Why is she creating a national police force? Why is Nancy Pelosi doing that?
Doesn't seem dangerous at all.
Yeah, it definitely does. I'm sorry. I know you were sarcastic, but it's scaring me. I do not trust that devil of a woman.
No.
Sejong says, welcome back, Savanah. Hey, chat. Hey, Adam. Let's get a 16 for good luck. Crazy drunk Nancy will never get the result she expects. Oh man, where is my dice? Hold on. Is it over? Oh, it's right here. All right, cool. I found it. All right, you want to take a guess?
2.
All right, it's not 2. And Sejong, it's not 16. But good luck. Have fun, chat. 1 through 20. All you gotta do is guess. I'll be watching the numbers in chat. Good luck. Let's see here. Sectus Gaming says, Ayo, Sav on a Tuesday. Love to see it. Keep up the great work on Slightly Offensive, Sav. Commodore knocking it out of the park as usual. Much love, y'all. Almost forgot. Make it a 17. It better get 69. My goodness, this guy, he keeps asking. So he actually got me a 100-sided die.
Oh, my. Wait, what does that even look like?
It's dope. I have a. Where did I post a picture of it? I have a picture of it somewhere, and it's sick. It's a huge freaking die. It's like basically a ball. It looks like a golf ball, but like 4 times the size.
Interesting.
And I have to roll it 17 times because he keeps super chatting me to roll the 100-sided die, asking for 69. So right now we have 17 rolls. We're up to 17 rolls. All right, we got Sluter 25. Congratulations. It is. Wait a minute. Hold on. Sluter, you did guess the right number, but someone actually guessed before you. I'm sorry to revoke the almost win. I didn't announce it, so you didn't actually win it. Yup. Actually, I know how to pronounce that letter because I I'm learning my Swedish vowels. Yup, yap. Congratulations. It is 6. You got it. Yup, yap. That's a fun name. Sebastian says, hold Muriel Bowser accountable along with the Capitol Police Chief, who conveniently resigned shortly after. Also, I'm at work now, so sending love. Not to mention that Trump said, I'll send the National Guard in. Like, let me know what you guys need. And Bowser was like, no. And Pelosi was like, no. This is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, exactly. They set this up, and now they've started a commission to go and, attack all the Americans that they literally set up for this.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Jake Dog. I knew it.
Boy, our virtual dog.
I knew we were going to see him. What up, dog? Says, Sav, my favorite slightly offensive producer.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Slightly Offensive. Those guys do good work. I'm talking about you too, because you're part of that crew.
Thank you.
Daniel says, makes more sense to focus on Cuba right now. Focusing on January 6th doesn't get much play on mainstream media. You can't force the mainstream media to focus on the unfair detentions from January 6th, but you can force the mainstream media to focus on Cuba. I mean, they're trying to like slam it down Americans' throats that it was the worst thing to ever happen, so it justifies the treatment that these people are getting.
See, and I'm not so much concerned about the media as I am about, again, politicians who should be standing up for the Americans who are being politically persecuted right now.
True that.
Mm-hmm.
True that. Let's see here. Mavis says, V for Vendetta has a happier ending than 1984. Listened to the audiobook for 1984 recently, and the ending was so depressing. I haven't
finished it yet. So...
I don't know. The end. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I don't know if I want to know.
I know.
I don't want to. I don't want to put that into like the airwaves. Right? Too many people are reading that book nowadays.
Don't speak it into existence. I got halfway through and I was like, "This is too similar to real life."
Well, hopefully you can make it through V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
But it does have a happy ending. Ish. Magnum Express says beta males and rhinos are extremely susceptible to the fell magic of an arc gula like Pelosi. Crying on TV is a common symptom of a possession by one. I mean, he was crying. Why? Really, dude? You're seriously? And did you see the guy who like slammed on the table? He was like, this is egregious that these people don't think that we went through something. And like, as you said, you're like, I was there. I was getting tear gas. Like, it wasn't that bad. I'm half your size.
And a lot of people were highlighting too, like, okay, well, what about, last year at the White House when Capitol police officers were getting like things pelted at them from Black Lives Matter and Antifa rioters? What about that? The fires were started. What?
Oh, but Trump wanted a photo op. Yeah, no, Bowser had those people removed, and then Trump said, "I'm going to go show the American public that we put the fire out on this historic church," and they were like, "Aha! He wanted a photo op," and they ran with it for months.
Yeah.
Until finally it came out, but it didn't matter. Everyone's like, "Yeah, he's a terrible president because he did these things," but it's like, actually, no, you were told that he did these things, and you're sheep. Oh, beta males, man. Just betas in general, because it's not just males that are betas, it's like, it's humans in general have that mentality, Sleazy says, watch Kyle Dunnigan's French Prez of DC. Listen for the BLT. All right, I'll check it out. That reminds me, like, we were talking about race relations, and it's like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was an awesome show. And it was great. And, I related to a lot of things that happened on that show, and they would cover those delicate subjects. Sometimes they would go over them, but it wasn't like every episode down your throat, every single interaction between any white person that, that like it would be like that. No, they would cater to it, and then they would be like, boom, squash it down. Like, we beat that with love. And it's like, yes, that's how it's done.
Or if they even did highlight the subtle differences, like, the rich white kid in those shows, it wasn't like a racial thing. It was like, a character thing. It wasn't a skin color thing. It was a life lesson, and we've gotten so far away from that.
Yeah, it's true. Printer God says, great guest. It's true.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic Mr. Knox says, yes, say it like it is, Savanah. The looting, rioting, and adding was worse than January 6th. 9/11 was worse, but they want to say January 6th was worse. They say it's the greatest attack on our democracy since the Civil War. The Civil War was the North fighting against slavery. So that wasn't an attack on democracy.
Everything's an attack on democracy, Adam. It really is nowadays.
So that doesn't even make sense, that statement. How does that make sense? The Civil War had nothing to do with democracy.
The only people that I truly respect and listen to that are talking about democracy are people from Cuba, people from Venezuela, people from China.
Hong Kong.
Yeah, exactly. Who truly want democracy and understand what it is. Here in America, if I hear democracy come out of Americans' mouth, I'm like, shut up, please.
Right, we're a constitutional republic. These people are crazy. Get rid of the Electoral College. No.
Probably not.
J. Russ says, just wanted to say in South Carolina, we have pro-Trump Barbara Arthur running against Tom Rice. For anyone wanting to do something instead of complain. I mean, yeah, sure, voting for someone, but to really get into politics would be the best case scenario. Get into it. Lily Tang Williams. I don't know if you saw my guest the other last week. She was my first guest back after my strike was taken off. I have one strike right now, but August 13th, that goes away. But she was amazing. She grew up under Mao's Cultural Revolution in China. Wow. And she came here in her early 20s and was like, I love America. And then started realizing how this new critical race theory, Marxist movement is just exactly the same kind of thing of what she was living in Mao's Cultural Revolution. And it's like, she's like, I'm going to get into politics. And now she is. And she got in. And now she's starting to make changes. And it's like, that's what we really need to do. Yeah, sure. Vote for the right person. Absolutely. 100% agree. But getting into politics is super important also. At the local level. Start on the local level, yo. Get in there.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Allison says, my coworker's niece is one of the gymnasts. I care a lot more about how she does than anything Simone Biles is up to. Well, that makes sense. Right on. And I hope that, honestly, it's like, I want all the Americans to do well. Like, because I'm American. I want to root for Americans because, that's what the Olympics should be about. Yeah. Being proud of where you're from and rooting for the people that are also from there, fighting for them. It's like, but I got to say, when the women's soccer team lost to Sweden, as I was in Sweden at the time, and everyone was like, oh, and I'm over there like, that's okay. Like, they don't deserve that win because they're too busy modeling for Victoria's Secret's new underwear line. And
no, honestly, I think that the average American was rooting for Sweden too.
Yeah.
I definitely was.
After they won.
True.
No one was watching that game. Come on, it.
Everyone was
you weren't watching that game rooting for Sweden. Tell me the truth.
What? Yeah, no, that's literally what it was. It was like on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, it's the Olympics." I thought that was already over.
Yeah. I heard that they beat America, and I was like, "Nah." And then I saw that G Prime, and I was like, "That is hilarious. I gotta share that around," and I did. Sent it to all my friends. Mavis says the Better Be article was the other teams were going to play the American anthem during the game so they can win. What if they're playing against America? So that Oh, that's embarrassing. We are a joke to the world right now.
Unfortunately.
My goodness. Radio Freedom says love both of you. Can't always watch all of your videos, but I try to drop a like even when I don't have time to watch. Oh,
you're awesome.
That is what I'm talking about. Thank you, Radio. I appreciate that. Keep up the good work, you two. I will. And she will. I know she does. She's based. Hey, and you know what? If you don't know, she is the producer for Slightly Offensive, but she does her own videos. She does stuff just like me, where she'll talk to the camera and I mean, you go off on tangents, girl. Like you snap sometimes. So
I
check her out.
do.
Sav says, is it Sav says on Twitch as well as YouTube?
Yes, and also since I have been gone, I've also launched my podcast. You can find it on Apple
Oh,
Podcasts and Spotify and Podbean. And I've launched my website, savsaysofficial.com, where I'm compiling all of my research because when I wanted to get into politics initially, it was so hard and I didn't even know where to start. So I'm making research pages so people can click certain, topics that they're interested in, and then they can find all of the links and kind of read for themselves about these certain things. So all those things have happened.
Sav says official.
.com. Yes, that is the website. It's officially launched. I'm super excited about it. You can find the podcast.
Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Bam.
Yeah. And then Adam, okay, scroll down. Let me know what you think of my new podcast artwork.
I love it. I love it. Your hands on fire, rapid fire.
I know. It's pretty cool, right?
Actually, that's good. Rapid fire, because that's kind of how you do it too. You're like, this is happening. This is my thoughts on it. Now this is happening. Here's my thoughts on that.
It's a very fast-paced show.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. So definitely go support Savanah. She's fantastic. Definitely check her out. We got some more. We got Printer God says if Biles had stayed with the team, she would have lowered the average score and made them miss the chance at gold or silver. It was a smart team strategy. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. I don't know anything about this entire situation. I'll be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Like multiple theories, so I'm not going to comment on anything because I don't know.
Yeah, but that does make sense. I mean, if that's the case, then it still feels a little dirty. I'll be honest. It's like, all right, so you're pulling like a fast one on the other teams, right?
It's kind of like in baseball when they know it's a good hitter, so they'll just walk him. So that way, the next hitter, they know it's like, oh, this guy sucks. Like, just walk this guy because he can actually hit. It's kind of what it seems like.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that better, actually, Printer. It's like, I think I like the other theory that she might have actually had a mental break, which, like, I can understand that she needed some time, but who knows, man? I don't know. Sejong says, helicopter parents and the like. This generation was not raised to fight hurt with endurance. At the age of 16, I was earning my own way. 18, I moved out. 24, I was a homeowner. Wow. And the housing crash got you. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. I am a homeowner as of this Friday. It's official.
Ow. Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm very excited.
That's awesome.
I got my own private river.
I really want to be a homeowner, but I am so scared of the housing market right now. No, thank you.
Well, I mean, I had this guy on my show yesterday who was talking about NFTs and like how like the digital marketplace, and all I could think of is like, I would never spend my money on this stuff. Like I want to spend it on my property. Like all I can think about is like, I just bought land. Like, why would you spend money on NFTs when you could buy land? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Yeah. I'd rather buy land. And I did. Hey, awesome. Sejong says, join the service at 27. And now, he's continuing on. All right. So the housing crash got him. He joined the service at 27. Now I'm a well-paid professional. This life is hard at times. I did hard things for the country. I got up and I live well. Sejong, good for you. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I didn't know that you joined the service. Thank you for your service, mate. I do appreciate that and respect everybody who gives their time for service like that. I mean, people don't give. I feel people don't give the respect that is due to military. They think that I don't know what they think anymore. As I said, people are goldfish brained sheep. Yeah. So I appreciate it. My brother just got out of the Marines. He spent 6 years in. So I'm just really proud of people who serve. So thank you, Sejong. Shanjak says just took effect this month. Green New Deal. California, Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington have banned shipping high-end gaming PCs. No. Are you serious? What is that doesn't even sound right. But Shanjak, you've been pretty consistent on your super chat. So wow, that's crazy. High-end gaming PCs. That's a lot of different places to, what? So are they going to ban PlayStation 5s as well and Xbox? I mean, they're not the same as high-end gaming PCs, but like, what? That's so crazy. I'm going to have to look into that. A lot of people in chat are going, yep, it's true. The Corden covered it. 100% fact. Wow. I got to look into this. This is craziness.
Now we can't even buy computers. Amazing.
Well, I'm glad I got like a legitimate computer before all of this went down. I mean, man, that's crazy.
Isn't it kind of crazy though too how we hear this and we're like, oh wow, and that's it? And it's like we as a society are now just so conditioned to accept the government taking away our freedoms to buy a freaking computer and have it shipped to our house that it's just like, oh well. It's sad.
Someone said pre-built only. So
and
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Francisco says, Adam, when I grow up, I want to be you. I'm in my 30s. I'm in my 30s. What are you talking about? I want to be me. I haven't grown up yet. I don't ever want to grow up. Who am I kidding? No, I'm just kidding. I feel like I'm in like the evolution stage right now where I'm like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and realize that like I'm a full-on adult with a house and kids and like,
yeah, you
working
have a
full
house
time
now, Adam. You're a real life adult.
I got the wife, I got the house. Now comes the kitties.
Aw.
I'm gonna have some
kids.
kids.
Gonna have some cute kids. I'm gonna be so excited when I see them running around in the background of your live stream. So cute.
It's true. That's true. I can't wait. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited.
my friend sent me a picture of her baby the other day and she's like, here's to encourage you to get married and have children. And I'm like, thank you.
You're like, oh, I want to flick you off right now.
No, I was like, I would love that. I like, there's nothing more than I would love more than that. So thank you for this. Her baby is so cute though. So I was like, actually, thank you. Your baby's adorable.
That's cool. My sister just had twins.
Nice. I love twins. They're so cool. They're just like a double copy of a child. Like, what the hell?
I haven't met them yet, but they're so cute. And it's the first twins in my family, actually.
Ooh,
that we know about, that we know of, so they're like maybe through the grapevine all the way up the lineage, just twins somewhere. But according to my grandmother, there hasn't been twins that she knows of, and she knows a lot. Let's see. Mazo says, no simp, only worship my queen.
Adam, they love you. They love you, calling you their queen. Good Lord.
No, that's you, Savanah. Don't front. You know it's true. Come
all right,
on.
yeah, it's me. It's me. What could I say?
We just had a super chat jump. Here we go. Carnell says, reunited and it feels so good. You always know it's going to be a spicy show, and Savanah and Adam are back at dropping hot truth bombs. Bang-a-rang. It's true. Why does it happen? Like, we get going, because you're so knowledgeable about it, and I feel like I know what I'm talking about as well, but we're so opinionated too. Like, we both have very strong opinions on it, and we both get pretty pissed off about the state of it. So
that's what it is. We just like bounce off of each other's
anger.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great. I love it. But I enjoy it though. I'm not angry. I mean, actually, I do get kind of angry, but it's like anger is at other
energy. It's not like anger. It's like Super Saiyan, like let's save America energy.
But I always feel better after having a chat with you. I'm like, I got some of it off my chest. Yeah,
exactly,
it's nice.
Exactly. You got to talk it out.
Yeah, exactly. John D says, after Nancy Pelosi's next facelift, do you think her eyebrows will go all the way up to her hairline?
You won't even be able to see the eyebrow. It will just be like just her hair. That's it. No more eyebrows.
It continues, or will she be unable to close her eyes? Just, I don't know, man. She did. There was rumor that she said she's done after this term, which, I mean, I don't know. That woman is,
for the sake of all things holy and good in this country, please God, let that be true.
There was someone asked Trump. Someone was toying with the idea of Trump taking Speaker of the House, going for it, and he was like, "Oh, that's a fun idea."
But did you see that Democrats were already starting to push a commission so that he wouldn't be able to say like,
stupid.
If you were or if you've been impeached, you can't run for Speaker of the House. It's like, okay.
So it's like, shut up, Democrats.
Stop. Just go.
Shut up. Barbara Biles says, folks give up too easily. I didn't when I lost my ability to walk. Now this is my third year walking again. The new fake leg. Mark G beat me to the first super chat. That's okay, Robert. There's always tomorrow. That confused one says D100 die is used in Dark Heresy Warhammer 4K tabletop RPG. Good times that. Metaphor for the media. If that chocolate pudding has corn pieces in it, the label is a lie. That's no pudding. All right. I've never heard that one.
I have no idea what anything you just read meant.
I'm gonna say this again because I didn't even get it until the end. A metaphor for the media. If that chocolate pudding has corn pieces in it, the label is a lie. That's no pudding.
Yeah.
I love it. It's fake news. It's fake news pudding because it's made of corn. Do you get it yet? Do you get it, Savanah? Come on.
I get it. It was the Warhammer Dark Magic thing that threw me off. I was still on that, and then you read the other half, and I was
that's
like,
why I didn't go back to that spot because I saw it go right over your head. And
I was like, you lost me. You lost me.
Pete Conrad with the huge super chat, $50. Thank you so much, Pete. Says Tim wouldn't read my super chat last night because he thinks I'm arrogant and mean. So you can have it. This is Algernon. I just miss my daughter, Madison. I want to see her again and don't know how. Well, that sucks. I don't know. I don't know how to help you, but I hope you're able to. Algernon, I don't know the context of the story, so I don't really know. I feel like I'm missing something, but thank you for your super chat, and I read all of my super chats without fail. Redoubt Production says, second, the notion of 1-6 showing parallels to Reichstag Fire. This insurrection pales to the scale of Battle of Blair Mountain. That included 10,000 Union miters fighting 3,000 police and volunteers. I mean, anything they compare 1-6 to is stupid because it's just ridiculous and they're all lies. This is one of the biggest gaslightings I've ever seen. It's craziness.
And we lived through 2020. Right.
Sejong says, crush it for Crigler, slam it for Savanah, spin it, strum it, ding it, and roll that 11. We're going to get one right one time. Savanah, you want to take a guess?
10.
It's not a 10.
If it's a 2, I'm going to be mad.
It's not a 2.
Okay.
I'm giving away answers here. It's also not an 11, Sejong. I'm sorry. But the numbers are now coming in. Good luck. Have fun, guys. Anti-communist says, don't forget about Susan Rosenberg, a literal bomb maker that planned and carried out multiple attacks in D.C. in the 80s, only to be pardoned later by Bill Clinton. And now she's teaching somewhere. Right. I forgot about her, actually. Right. She actually made bombs and attacked the Capitol. It's like these people, they don't know history, right? That's really the problem. All right, we got all the numbers rolling in right now. I'm going to give you one more chance, Savanah. Guess again.
8.
It's not 8.
I'm so bad at guessing. What can I say?
You're bad until you guess the right one.
One day you'll roll a 2 and I'll be so happy.
You should just keep guessing 2 then.
Yeah, I will until the end of time, truly.
All right. So moving forward, so don't guess 8 anymore, because that would have, if I did roll a 2, you would have been pissed.
True.
You even said that. You're like, oh man, if you roll a 2, I'm gonna be so pissed. But then I didn't. Remember. But then I rolled again, and you were like 8. It's like, why wouldn't you say 2? I mean, it wasn't 2, so you would have lost. But well, no one's got it so far. This is crazy. I'm watching all the numbers just scroll past.
How many numbered dice is this?
20. There's 20.
Okay, I'm going with 18.
It is 18.
Yes, let's go. Okay,
no, I'm sorry, but you don't win because you guessed like 4 times.
Damn it.
All right, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. You won. Blue 55 Blue just sent $10. Thank you. Cerny Banders says deep dive on Thomas Sowell. Ooh, juicy. Thomas Sowell is an American hero. If you don't know who he is, you're missing out on that incredible man. He's in his 90s, and dude's still talking. Dude's amazing. Mazzo says, Adam, you're all right, too. The PC ban is on pre-builts, so they can't do pre-builts. It's like, come on, people don't know how to put together computers. I mean, some people do. I figured it out. But really, that is just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid. All right. I was going to say, unless they're trying to figure out a way that they can't have scalpers or people selling their new graphics cards, that like the 3080s in pre-builts, but not selling them out by themselves, so that people have to buy the full computer who can't afford. They already have a computer. They just want the 3080. Just an example. But even still, it's like they should be able to buy a pre-built computer. That's stupid. Fantastic Mr. Knox says it's not just California banning high-end gaming PCs, but so far Dell is banned in California due to high energy consumption. Oh my gosh, it's so stupid. These people think that it's the individual person that's making a difference in the whole climate. It's not. It's corporations. All right? It's industry. These are the issues. It's not the individual person. This stuff pisses me off. They're cramming it down everyone's throat like you're the problem. You individual, use less water. No, stop dumping water into the freaking Pacific Ocean to save a minnow. You ruined the ocean, California, by desalinating water and dumping the excess salt back in the ocean, creating dead zones, or not letting people properly dispose of the nuclear material under the beach, under the nuclear reactors down in between San Diego and LA. Yeah, I see you, California. I see you trying to blame the people. It's your fault. It's corporate. Man, don't get me started on these people.
Not the corporations.
Ooh. Dude, it's the corporation's fault. It's not your fault, gamer. You just want a game. I get it. I'm a gamer. I get it.
Don't come for the gamers. Not going to be good.
Don't you come after my gaming homies. Sejong says Pelosi's are not done ever. They are not a single person or a couple people. They are an entire dynasty. They are still in power, and the newest is out. Yo, these Pelosi's, man, behind the scene, they're manipulating that. I mean, people say there's no like hidden, cabal when they came out and admitted they fortified the election. Yeah, they took credit.
They're like, we're going to admit to this and confirm everyone's theories, but also it's still fake.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. David said, when was the last time a smelt was seen in the Sacramento Delta? Did you know the Catalina bison is the purest herd and they give them birth control? That's a lot to break down.
Interesting.
I don't know what you're talking about a smelt in the Sacramento Delta. I don't know anything about Catalina bisons and being a pure herd, or who's they, and why would you give birth control to a bison? There is so much going on in that super chat. That is a super chat, ladies and gentlemen. Savannah, anything to add? What?
Bisons on birth control. That's something I never thought I'd hear.
All right, there we go. That sounds like a t-shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Democrats. I'm assuming it's Democrats. Is that a safe assumption? Democrats. We give birth control to bisons. All right. Anyway, Sejong says, gamers rise up. They're messing with the gamers now. This is where they cross the line. And like Picard said, the line must be drawn. Higa. Hiya. Is that Hiya? I don't know what that is, but I just had a super chat jump. Here we go. Schwerer. I don't know how to say her name.
I always love trying to pronounce people's names. I'm like, hello,
Oh, Schwerer Gustav. I can say Gustav. The 800 millimeter railway gun. Have you seen one of these things? They're crazy. It's like a massive cannon, but the size of a railway car that you can move on a train. It's crazy. This thing's a beast. Let's see. As a 800 millimeter railway car gun, if you need a 14,000-pound shell from 29 miles away, give me a call. I only vaporize commies and globalists. my tiny friends. I mean, we are tiny in comparison to this massive hunk of metal. My goodness. Thank you. Okay. Sejong says they were a terror organization called the Weather Underground. Ah, okay.
I've heard of them.
David says Olympic skateboarding. Would you rather root for the skater kid that has the moves like Jagger or the female purple-haired soccer troll?
Easy
Skateboarder.
answer. Yeah.
The skateboarder.
Of
Of
course.
course, right? Of course. Mazo says, ever notice how all these rioters and looters have one thing in common? They're all in the same age group. Young, misguided kids. Someone failed them.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah. Their parents and society. Both.
So
yeah.
True.
It's a combo. Junior says, love you, Adam and Sav. Thank you, bud.
Thank you.
Love you too. Sejong says they haven't found a delta smelt adult in 2 years. Oh, it's an animal, a delta smelt. What is a delta smelt?
Isn't it smelt like a fish?
Oh, that's the minnow that they're talking about. So in that's what I just referenced.
Okay.
California was dumping like fresh water to try to like revitalize this minnow, or I don't even know if it is a minnow. I guess it's called a delta smelt. Thank you, people. Carnell says Adam is the salt, Sav is the pepper, Chat is the stew. Don't let us simmer. Hail Chat, hail spicy Sav.
Hail Chat, let's go.
I like that. Salt, I'm salt, you're the pepper. We need little shakers.
I know.
My head and your head. That's fantastic.
Love it.
Can someone rock that artwork for us? That'd be hilarious.
Absolutely.
Sejong says the Sac Delta smelt is literally the fish they are dumping the water to save. Not been found as an adult in 2 years. The fish is extinct, basically. So it's just, I don't know what these people are doing. It's like they want the drought. That's what it feels like. These people are crazy. Yeah. Sav, thank you for joining in. I love having you on the show. Chat, thank you guys for hanging out. Smash that like button if you haven't. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please share my videos if you haven't. Do all of those things if you want. And definitely go follow Sav. She's fantastic. Sav, why don't you hit these people with how they can find you? Go ahead and take the camera.
All right, y'all. So you guys can follow me at Sav Says on YouTube, at Sav with one N on Instagram. And like I said, you can find my podcast Rapid Fire with Savanah Hernandez on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, and most importantly, SavSaysOfficial.com. I have a research pages that I'll be coming out with to help you guys digest a lot of these heavy political issues. So go check all of that out. And Adam, as always, I had a great time talking with you. Thanks for having me on. And I hope we can do this again soon.
Oh, yeah. Yo, it is such a pleasure. Thank you so much, Sav. All right, guys, that's my show. I will be back tomorrow night here on the Crigler Show, 6:30. You know the deal. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Sav, I'll see you. Have a good one.
Bye, chat. Bye.
Oh, wait. Hold on. There. Oh, there it is. All right.